What the hell, man?
What? I thought I got it.
No, he just left.
Oh, that's fine. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Quarantine Diaries episode 25, the mock draft special. This is a big episode for us.
I thought Saturday was 25, but who fucking cares?
Probably that sounds. I always forget to
guys
count.
need to figure out the count, and
I don't label the Saturday brackets as part of the number, but as part of the
like
number,
specials.
I've always messed up. Yeah. But anyway, in studio as always, my co-host Connor Hazelton. Connor, how's it going?
I've been looking forward to this all day, so I'm ready. I'm ready to get rock and roll.
Cool. And the bottom right, I think, everybody's favorite guest, Andy Gianta, making appearance at least number 10 now for sure.
Yeah, it might be double digits. Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me. You got a new backdrop, Kyle.
Yeah, no, I have 2 laptops set up, so it's easier to do it instead of laying on my bed like I always do.
Nice.
And also in studio, special guest, Connor's roommate from college, Matt Sweeney. Matt, how's it going?
Baltimore correspondent.
Yes. 4-1.
He won't get much love from our viewers, probably.
You won't.
That's okay.
All right, you can roll with it.
All right, Connor, go ahead.
Few quick points. I'd like to bring this up too because we always introduce Andy as a guest. I feel like he should be the Derek Fisher to our Shaq and Kobe.
Deal.
He's
You're
you're the third banana, but
like
just not as
Wu-Tang Clan, like the 10th official member.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. First off, happy 420, everyone. Have to address it. Elephant in the room. A career question. Sween, you may like this one. It's two-parters. I want you guys to rank these 3 players: Rodman, Artest, Draymond.
That's really good, Connor.
Wow.
I know the Jordan doc got me thinking. So,
Who wants to start?
I think
I have my order. If you want me to go,
let's hear it.
Please.
It's tough because we're young, where we didn't really get to watch Rodman, but from what I've seen and heard about Rodman, like he was just the quintessential role player. I think Draymond's got the most skill out of those 3. He maybe can do a little bit more as far as like passing the ball and actually like facilitating an offense. So, man, Rodman has the accolades though. So in my mind, I think Artest is definitely third. Although
they all have
championships with the Lakers.
Yeah.
One. They all have defensive player of the years.
Fuck. Now I'm not sure.
I think I go Rodman, Draymond, Artest.
That's what my initial. I almost put Dray. Like I love Draymond.
I love Draymond too.
He's an asshole, but
I think Artest was like way better than you guys are remembering. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I only remember Meta World Peace. I don't know who Ron Artest is.
Sween, what's your order?
Yeah.
Rodman, Artest, Draymond.
Wow.
Draymond's fake tough. The other 2 were real tough.
I like it. I like it. I like that.
Fake tough.
I don't hate that.
In the dick.
I can get behind that actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Draymond though. Like, people hate him, and that's because he does it on purpose, right? But like, you don't mind. I mean, he's not the kind of guy I'm going to give a max contract to. But like, as for a role player, for the role that he played for those Warriors teams, I think he was perfect.
Agreed.
Those 3 are all just like.
Damn, the Draymond fake tough call through that has me reconsider.
I love Draymond. I think Rodman like only had like 5 points a game when he played for the Bulls. Like the other guys,
he had like 15 boards a game, and
it was stupid like that. So I guess I will
even
go.
the Pistons, like he did the same thing.
Or it's like a real dad comment. They would be like, Rodman led an effort. Anyways, who has had the better career now? Kawhi Leonard or Russell Wilson?
Connor, these are great ones.
Yeah, I came out firing today.
I want to say Kawhi, man. Like,
Yeah.
my thing with Kawhi is like he bolstered himself into a legendary status in Toronto and only played there, what, 1 year, 2 years?
1 year.
1 year. Like, 1 year, came in, wins a championship, game winner in the conference finals to get there, like, and then just pieces out, and nobody in Toronto even bats an eye. Like, no, he is engraved in Toronto history forever, especially a city like that that's like historically pretty passionate about like their hockey team, but they're passionate sports fans. I think that's pretty cool for him to do that. I'm gonna go Kawhi.
He became the best player in team history in 1 season.
Yeah, like that's just not many people can do that.
I'll play contrarian. I'll go Russ just because I think Russ has a chance to be like a top 5 quarterback of all time.
Do you think he needs to get another Super Bowl at least?
I do. I think he's like already kind of creeping top 10. I think Russ is so good.
He is.
And he's kind of had like shit to deal with for receivers like for most of his career.
And like a terrible O-line for the last.
Yeah, like he's never had a good O-line. Or I guess he hasn't since they traded Max Unger for Jimmy Graham. What a dumb fucking trade that was.
Terrible trade.
All right, to the mock draft now. We each split it up, Andy, because you assigned the teams. How many teams do we have? Is it 8?
Yeah, each person has 8. We just basically did it like I have like 1st, 5th,
so on and so forth.
9th. I can't do the math.
We aren't doing any trades because they're just too hard to predict.
Yeah.
And let's get right into it.
Drafting as we think is going to be predicted, not what we would do.
Correct.
Yeah. So, Andy, I believe you have the first pick. You are the Cincinnati Bengals and on the clock.
First overall pick. It's a no-brainer. Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow. If they don't, God help them. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sween, are you Burrow or Tua guy, by the way?
During the season, Tua, post-hip, Burrow.
Fair enough.
That's the reason we'll take.
Is there any price you think the Bengals would trade? Like, what if the Dolphins came to them and said, hey, we'll give you all 3 of our first-round picks this year and their first round next year? Would you trade that if you're the Bengals?
Heartbeat.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like Burrow is like – I like Tua, but I think Burrow is just like a tier above at this point. I don't know, but I think you'd have – if it was like 4 first-round picks, I think you'd have to take it.
I think you have to – but while it's also tough for them because like Burrow's the Ohio kid, like they had him in the palm of their hands, they trade him to another team, and he ends up being the fucking man when he could have done that in Cincy. Like so it's kind of it's a tough place for them to be in. Like I would do it and roll the dice with Tua, but at the same time I could kind of see why they'd just say no or stick with Burrow.
Yeah.
I do think the bummer is this is probably one of the worst places for Burrow to go if you want him to have a good career. I mean, they have nothing, and they are like one of the most incompetent organizations. So we'll see.
All right. Who is picking for the Redskins? Is that you, Kyle?
It is, and this is also a no-brainer. Chase Young here. I know they have too many defensive linemen, but it doesn't matter when he's that good. It's basically just
what the Niners did with Bosa.
I was going to say, it's pretty much the same thing as like when Myles Garrett came in, where they're just like kind of similar players actually, and just slam dunk, like actual best player on the board. It's just you got some sweet quarterbacks this year.
Yeah.
Sween, you're on the clock for the Detroit Football Lions.
If it was personally me, I think I'd go Isaiah Simmons, but I think they're going to go Okuda.
Mm-hmm.
Leave him on an.
Yep, they traded Slay this year too. I mean, that just kind of seals it.
I wouldn't rule them out taking Simmons at 3, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty plausible.
It's the sexy pick.
Yeah, I mean, so's Okuda though, dude. Okuda's fucking shutdown corner. He's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're both nasty.
So I'm up picking for the New York Giants, and like Matt, if I was them, I would also take Isaiah Simmons. However, I think they're going offensive line, and I was going to go Wirfs. However, Kier sent me this thing today of who he wanted to bet on for who the Giants would take, and I saw Jedrick Wills was like -210, so that is who I'm picking for the Giants.
He was minus 210.
Let me check the exact number real
Like
quick.
was he the favorite?
Yeah. Like,
dude, I'm shocked by that.
Well, apparently in like recent days, Daniel Jeremiah, who thought it was going to be Wirfs all along, said, "I'm now thinking it's going to be Wills." No, it's minus 110. My bad. Still, though.
Yeah. That'd be. Oh man.
Whatever. I mean, I'd rather have Simmons, but their O-line has sucked forever. They need a good tackle, and he's really good. So we'll have him fucking take a running back second overall. You have to build him a line. Fucking morons. All right, Andy, the fun pick now. The Miami Dolphins at 5.
This dude, I went back and forth on this one all day. Like, I have this weird feeling they're going to end up taking Herbert. Me personally would take Tua. I think Herbert fucking sucks, and we'll talk about that later.
Yes, we will.
Yes,
we will.
And I mean, maybe they do something crazy and take Jordan Love. I love him. No pun intended. We'll talk about that later too. But I'm gonna go Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Let's just get into Herbert hate real quick right now. Let's just get this out there. We're doing this at the end of the draft. Like 5 people we love, 5 busts. Do we all have Herbert as a bust?
Yeah.
Written all over him. All over him.
Yeah,
like,
it stinks.
Never did anything for me. When there was talk of the Giants taking him last year, I was like, oh, yeah, like I'm going to like this guy. Try to talk myself into him. He stinks. He just has a rocket arm, and that's it, and can run. Big fucking deal.
The one I saw was, like, Kyler Murray had the highest like screen pass rate at any level last year at 18, except for Herbert, who was like 28% of all of his passes were screen passes. Like, he can't do anything. Like, sure, he can make the pretty throw every once in a while, but I just don't see it with him at all. I think he's a moron.
He's inconsistent. I just think if you're gonna be a top tier quarterback in college, especially in the Pac-12, which has not been great the last 2 years.
Like, last decade.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, like Washington was pretty good. It's top heavy. There's always like one or two teams that come out of it, but I mean, he just didn't show me anything. Like, and I remember they had a chance. If they would have won out, they could have snuck into the playoff, and they blew it and lost to Arizona State.
Yeah,
yeah. I remember that game because I bet on Oregon. But I had an Oregon futures bet. That's what it was. And well, yeah. So I don't know. He just never impressed me. I think if you can't win games in college, what tells me you can win games in the NFL? Maybe that's unfair. He's young. He could obviously progress, but I don't know.
Yep.
All right. The LA Chargers is you, Kyle.
See, this is their nightmare scenario where Tua doesn't fall to them if nobody trades up. I think they're like expecting to draft Tua. I saw somebody point out that like they traded for Trey Turner and signed Brian Bulaga, who's a right tackle, so they're just shoring up the right side of the line, hopefully paving the way for Tua. But it doesn't happen here. I think the right move would be to go left tackle because their line is just fucking terrible. I mean, the Steeler game, we were just blowing past them all game. It was awesome. But I think I do.
Simmons is still on the board.
I think I have to go. I think I have to go Herbert here. I think they're just back against the wall, need a quarterback for the future. Like, I like Tyrod, and I think he's fine. But, I mean, you still need to be able to sell future and hope to your franchise, which is in complete shit right now anyway. So,
dude, Simmons and Derwin James on the same defense would be nasty.
That's what I envisioned, dude. Yeah.
It would be disgusting.
Yeah.
Swain, you are the Carolina Panthers picking at 7. You just got rid of Cam Newton and signed Teddy Bridgewater. You're doing
also
what?
Lost Luke Kuechly to retirement.
You did lose Luke.
One thing on Herbert, I get a very Blaine Gabberty vibe from him.
Oh,
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
He doesn't have it.
No, he doesn't.
It's not it.
No.
No.
But for the Panthers, I already talked about him once. We're going Isaiah Simmons. Similar to when they got Shaq Thompson and Thomas Davis, these former safeties in college, move them down to linebacker, let them run.
Simmons is going to be
if he if he drops to them there, yeah, I mean, I think they have to take him.
Definitely.
Have to. I'm up now, picking for the Arizona Cardinals.
Wait. Did I get
Yeah.
skipped?
No, you
Oh,
picked.
yeah, never mind. Sorry. No, you're gay.
I am Cliff Kingsbury picking for the Cards. As badly as I want to go Jerry Jeudy and pair him with Kyler Murray, you have to give him a line because their line is just the fucking worst. I'm gonna go Mekhi Becton. I love Mekhi Becton. I'm going him. Yeah.
What's your beef with Tristan Wirfs?
I don't either.
I like Wirfs a lot. I think he's going to be the first tackle taken.
I'm just really high on Becton. I like the upside.
He's the one from Louisville, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think you got to protect Kyler there.
The Jags.
The Jags.
Like they're an early front runner to be tanking for Trevor in the upcoming season.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you want to go quarterback, who knows?
So with those, if Herbert drops here, I could see them taking Herbert.
Yeah.
But they got some massive needs on the D line right now. They lost Marcel Darius and Calais Campbell. Ngakwe they might trade him. That's the rumors. I guess he's not very happy.
He went on a Twitter rant at their owner today.
Today? I didn't even see that. But
he was like calling him a clown and shit.
That's awesome.
So like I could see them. I mean, they need weapons on offense too. Like they might trade Fournette now. I mean, they're going to be in trouble. But if I was them, I think you guys are going to like this pick, Sweeney and Connor. Our boy Javon Kinlaw from the South Carolina University, or the University of South Carolina. Sorry, I said it wrong.
We knew what you meant. We knew what you meant.
USC.
That's my boy, though. I love Kinlaw.
Fucking man.
He is a man.
I hope he goes to a cool team.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't hate the Jags. They're just a blah team.
They're irrelevant.
Yeah, like they're just.
They are.
He'll be fine. Probably leave in a couple years because they suck.
Wait. I just realized that there's someone else still on.
You want to swap? Do you want to change your pick, Derek Brown?
I think Derek Brown. I love Kinlaw, but I think Brown's going to go before him.
I was wondering. It's fine. Makes sense.
Yeah,
I lost track of who's still available.
Thank God, because I would hate for the Browns to have Derek Brown.
Yeah.
That's fine. Nope,
they probably make such a fun joke out of that.
A joke that was never funny and beat it to death.
Yeah.
Exactly.
His last name's Brown. Team name.
Okay, so
your Browns, Kyle, you're picking for them.
Yeah, This is the Browns. They need to, should, and just one time do the right thing. Just take a left tackle and take the most experienced game-ready one. I'm going Andrew Thomas here.
Dude.
I have seen them weirdly linked to this guy named Ezra Cleveland from Boise State. Like they might reach and grab him. That guy's fucking atrocious at football. I watched so many BYU games this year, and he was getting torched by the whole Mountain West. There's no way he's gonna be any sort of good. But Andrew Thomas is. He was like projected to be like a top 3 pick this time last year in this draft. I mean, he didn't do anything bad to change it. Still the best left tackle in my book. So, Andrew Thomas.
Yeah, this class is stacked with tackles.
Yep.
You guys are all going to regret not taking Tristan Wirfs. He's going to be a 12-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Are you going to take him for your Jets now, Sweeney?
I was thinking about it because they all fell, but I love me some Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
Oh!
I like that a lot.
I like him
that a lot,
more than the rest of their Bama receivers.
Completely agree. Do you like him more than CeeDee Lamb? I think he's a lot better than Lamb. I'm huge on Jeudy.
Because he played in the SEC, I'll give it to Jeudy. Played better players. But Lamb, I do like CeeDee Lamb.
I think Lamb's good too, but
absolutely.
I'll tell you this. I think Jamar Chase is going to be better than all of them at LSU now. I think he is sick.
Ooh.
I
Love
was
him.
going to bring him up later.
I think he's going to be nasty.
Cool.
Is he going into his? Was he a freshman this year?
Sophomore.
He was a sophomore.
Yeah. So now I'm up picking for the formerly Oakland Raiders, now the Las Vegas Raiders. And I'm also going to be picking a receiver. However, I think they're going to throw a curveball, go speed, and go Henry Ruggs. That's such a Raiders.
Yes,
Go
It
for
is.
it is. That's
I hate it.
It's like what's his name all over again? Darius Hayward Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It does look
I-
like they do, though.
It's just a Raiders move. Like CD Lamb, they need a receiver. CD Lamb's there, just fucking take him. But the speed, like the ghost of Al Davis, he'll make sure Ruggs is a Raider. He'll make sure of it.
Yep.
But Daniel Jeremiah was saying he thinks Ruggs should be the first receiver taken.
Yeah, which I just absolutely hate, and I'll talk about that later.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I like this blood
I'm
boiling
with
point. Andy, you're up now picking for the Niners, my Niners.
Your Niners. This one's tough. You know, they just made the Super Bowl, right? I mean, they.
Apparently, they're trying to like desperately trade back, like all. Their
I was
picks.
just gonna say, if I'm them, I'm trading back unless they're like, if we're looking at this now, if they're like in love with CeeDee Lamb or maybe even a tackle, because I think Joe Staley's like 35, 36 now. I don't know. They just traded Buckner too, which I forgot. That's how they got this pick. So they could go D-line, but their defense is so dominant. I can't see that. So for the sake of it, without trades, I'm going to say CeeDee Lamb.
It's a great pick.
Put
I
some
kind of
more
hope.
weapons around.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. They
I
signed
definitely hope they
Travis
get
Benjamin, but he's not really anything. I mean, he stretches the field, but they need like an actual, besides Sanders, they really don't have a receiver. Oh, I guess they have Debo.
I really hope they get Jerry Jeudy.
That'd be sweet.
That'd
Wow.
be awesome. Yeah. Kyle, you are picking for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with one Tom Brady. Guess what? They're not making the playoffs. I'll say that right now. I'm fucking scared. Yeah. I want that on record.
I think not until after I see what they do in the draft, but I think this would be the perfect scenario for the Bucs if the board broke like this, just to get one of the four best tackles. You get Tom Brady this year. You could definitely use upgrades all over the offensive line. Go ahead, grab Tristan Wirfs and pat yourself on the back. Tom Brady will be very thankful. They're set at wideout too, which is like kind of the other one that you'd kind of want to do here, but their defense is mostly starters. They could grab a cornerback too, but I'm going
Yeah, they
with
could use secondary help for sure.
All right, Swain, you're now John Elway, two-time winning Super Bowl champion quarterback, one-time winning Super Bowl champion exec for the Broncos. Who are you picking?
So the three names I had down were Lamb, Ruggs, or one of the four tackles. And so I'm going to go. They lost Chris Harrison free agency. I think they get good value with C.J. Henderson.
Really good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Love C.J. Henderson.
I like it too.
Yeah.
A lot of rumors about the Falcons trying to trade up for him.
I did see that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Atlanta Falcons, who I'm picking for, I am sticking on the defensive side of the ball. I'm very happy he fell to me here. I'm taking Kayvon Chason, who I sneaky think could be the best defensive player in the draft. I think he's a fucking monster. Dude, he was awesome at LSU.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is he more of an edge rusher? Like what's he gonna be? Because they run a 4-3, so it'd be like a DN. Because they lost Beasley, right?
They did. Beasley was good for like 1 or 2 years though. Then he like started.
He was kind of hit. Because like who signed him? It was
Let's take a game and see.
Titans.
Who's the player in question?
Vic Beasley.
It was the Titans, Andy.
All right, so I'm up with the Cowboys.
You are up with the Cowboys.
All right, so the Cowboys, they're in some. They got some holes to fill. They lost Byron Jones to free agency.
They did.
Travis Frederick retired. Jason Witten retired. Big fucking whoop, but they don't have a fucking tight end. there's really no first round caliber tight ends this year. I could see them going corner here. I don't know if there's one worthy. I was thinking maybe that Gladney guy from TCU, but I'm gonna go with the safety from Bama, Xavier McKinney.
Ooh, I like that.
That's also a need for them, and I think he's the best on the board.
Love that.
I like that pick a lot, and it's a good.
That's what I was gonna take if it got to me. So I'm up again. Yes.
Picking for the Miami Dolphins.
Okay. So in this scenario, they get Tua correct.
Yeah, they already got Tua.
Okay. Did Jedrick Wills go from Alabama?
I took him fourth.
That's
Yeah.
Okay. So none of the big four dropped.
No.
I still think that offensive tackle is a premium this year.
Yeah, it
And
is.
Just got Tua. They just traded Laramie Tunsil. I think they're going to get caught just hoping one of the four falls. It's not going to be there. They're going to take Austin Jackson from USC.
I like that.
He was pretty highly regarded like this past year, like coming into to be probably a top 15-ish pick for sure. But then just three quarterbacks, everybody playing like shit over there at USC. People just kind of forgot about him, but he's still got the pedigree of a really good tackle. So it's the pick.
All right.
Swain, you are picking for the Las Vegas Raiders.
It's a fun team.
So I'm just thinking Javon Kinlaw is too good of a value.
Too good of a value.
Best player available.
Interior pass rush can't have enough of it.
Yeah.
Feels good a Gamecock picking a Gamecock. Feels good.
Yeah. Right. I'm glad I saved it for you guys.
Thanks, Andy.
Hold on a second. Just need to pull up this guy's name real quick. Because I'm picking for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who just got rid of a cornerback named Jalen Ramsey. It's the cornerback from LSU. Yeah, I think they're going to take him. What's his name exactly?
Christian
Fulton? Or what's his last name? Fulton.
Yeah.
That is.
This is their second pick, right? Their first pick was Derek Brown.
Yeah, I think they find because they traded Bouye too, so they have no corners. They need one.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna take him. And Andy, you are picking for your favorite team, the Philadelphia Eagles now.
The Philadelphia Eagles. So they lost Aguilar. They might trade Alshon. I could see them trying to give Wentz a few more weapons. Receiver was a huge need for them.
Still is.
I don't know if I love the ones available right now, but I think I got two in mind. All right, I'm gonna say they're gonna take the one from Arizona State, Brandon.
How do you have? I don't know how to say it.
Ayuk.
It's with an I.
Yeah.
It's AIYUK. I think him. I like. I could see T. Higgins also from Clemson.
I have thoughts on T. Higgins. I'll get to in a little.
Okay.
Fun.
I have thoughts. Kyle, the Vikings.
See, the Vikings, they could use a couple things. They could use O-line here. But the one that I've seen on every mock draft, somebody has to know something. It's that Jeff Gladney guy from TCU. I've seen it all over the place to this team. So my roommate's a Vikings fan. He thinks that that's the pick as well. So we're just going to go for accuracy and hope it.
Is he the corner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've been telling their cornerback picks for like years at this point because like everybody knew when they were going to get Xavier Rhodes, Trey Waynes, and that Mike Hughes guy last year. Like everybody just has their cornerbacks to a T. So this is the guy that everybody's saying.
They lost 3 too. They lost Rhodes, Alexander, and Waynes this offseason. So
yeah,
they gave Rhodes that fat contract and then he decided to suck at football.
Yeah, he sucked. He was like a He's one of the best lockdown corners, and then all of a sudden he just sucked.
He was money.
Get it?
He's like, oh, got paid, don't care anymore. Sween.
Yes, sir.
You're Bill Belichick. You just lost Tom Brady. Are you finding his heir apparent? Or are you finding with Stidham? You're not. Who are you going with then?
So they also lost Van Oy, Collins.
They did.
Looking Queen, Murray, Zach Bond. I think they would like Bond because he plays outside, inside. Reminds me like Rob Ninkovich because they're both white.
The Wisconsin boy.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Patrick Queen because I just think he's the best.
Yeah, I like that.
You'd love for him to fall to the Ravens, wouldn't you?
I would.
So I'm up now, picking for the New Orleans Saints.
Mm-hmm.
And they're finding the heir apparent to Drew Brees and Jordan Love right here.
Whoa.
You don't believe in Taysom?
I fucking hate that guy. Hate his guts. Because I saw today that the Saints were one of the teams doing the most work on him, and apparently they tried to get Mahomes back in 2017. So I think they get him, set him because he needs the coaching. They set him for a few years. When Breeze retires, they give him the keys to the castle. That's the pick.
Interesting. I just feel like they're in a win now mode. I just don't know if they would do that with a first rounder or not, but we'll see.
Fuck the Saints. Fuck Drew Brees. Andy, you're up for the Vikings.
All right. Vikings. All right, so we talked about it. They lost all those corners. Kyle already took a corner with their first pick. That's fine. They also traded Stephon Diggs, so don't sleep on them. Might be taking a receiver here. They also lost Everson Griffin, I believe. They still have Daniil Hunter, but I could see them going D-line. I think they also lost their D-tackle.
Yep.
I mentioned T. Higgins, but then I realized there's another one on here that I like better, still available, and that's Justin Jefferson.
Wow.
The LSU.
I like him better too.
Yeah. I could see him going higher, actually, but I don't know.
That's
We'll
a
see.
good one.
Kyle, are you picking for the Dolphins again?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at you, Mr. Miami, Mr. 305. Mr.
This would be such a cool draft if they did it. I don't know what's going on with Grant Delpit, by the way. He's not the pick, but I have no idea like why he's not like the unanimous best safety all of a sudden.
Yeah, his stock's dropping. I don't know. I keep seeing him like second, third round.
Yeah.
Yes. The one guy that I see rising up a lot of places may not be that popular, but he was the whole defense for this team. I'm going Antoine Winfield Jr. from Minnesota. He was so fun. I watched the Penn State game in your house, Andy. He was just incredible all over the field the whole time. He's kind of like Tyrann Mathieu a little bit. I've seen a lot of people compare him to that. It's perfect because like he is on the smaller side, but he's just so instinctual. Ball hawk, just knows for the ball. He had like 4 forced fumbles last year too, on top of excellent ball skills. Super fun guy. Would love to see him go to the Dolphins here. Minka Fitzpatrick replacement.
Love it.
So now I'm up. Oh, sorry.
Spoiler alert, he's on my love list.
Yes.
Is he now? Hey now, I like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm up picking for the Seattle Seahawks. You could go offensive line, but Russ kind of doesn't need it. So I'm going with the defensive side of the ball, edge rusher from a couple hours up the street, Penn State, Yedir, however you pronounce his name, Gross Matos. Yetir. Yeah. I think they take him.
I like that.
I do like that.
Yeah, because they lost Clowney and...
No, they haven't lost him yet. He hasn't signed anywhere.
Well, that's what I mean. He's a free agent, isn't he?
I feel like the Seahawks always go off the grid, though. Like last year, L.J. Collier, Rashad Penny.
Yeah.
No one expected picks, and they haven't worked out. So that's why I don't think Russ is getting another Super Bowl, because they think they're smarter than everybody, and they're not.
That's true. They have not drafted well the last few years.
I have the Seahawks 20 win the Super Bowl this year.
I don't know.
I like the value. I like the value.
I guess Metcalf was a good draft pick, but for the most part, they have not. And they drafted incredibly those early years. They built the fucking Legion of Boom, you know. Then,
I think the one draft they got like Bobby Wagner, Sherman, and Russ. Well, like
yeah, like
Yeah,
but then yeah,
fucking draft.
like Malik McDowell was one of their first rounders from Michigan State. He kind of was a bust.
Yeah.
The guy from Bama they took. What was that? They took a D lineman from Bama.
Jaron Reed.
Yeah, I think that's it. He might be decent. I don't know, but
The thing is, as long as Russ doesn't get hurt, like they're always in play. Like, so who knows? Sweeney, you have the ball. You have the lid on. You're down in Baltimore. You're picking for your Ravens. Do they need to replace Lamar after the Titans playoff game? Jalen Hurts here.
I hate Jalen Hurts.
I don't like Jalen Hurts either.
So I was thinking about Justin Jefferson until he got scooped up. I don't personally like him that much, but I think the Ravens would. Right here, I'm going AJ Espinoza, the DN Iowa.
Yeah.
They haven't had an edge setter since Sizzle left. I think they'll go inside linebacker later in the draft, but they went with Scrubs there last year, and it worked fine.
yeah.
He won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, didn't he?
He did. 2-time Super Bowl champ.
And we're still all in on Lamar. We haven't wavered after the playoff game.
Not one bit.
Not one bit. Not one bit. Good to see. Andy, you're up now, picking for the media darling Cinderella Tennessee Titans of last year's playoffs. Who, by the way, Ryan Tannehill is going to suck this year.
yeah.
I want to say that contract was so fucking stupid. It was so dumb.
It was.
He's after that ever.
So I think they go either D line or corner. They lost Jarrell Casey. They did sign Vic Beasley, but like we just talked about him, like he's been pretty inconsistent these last couple of years. I don't know what you're going to get from him. They also lost Logan Ryan. They could use a corner. The two guys I actually had were the last two, that Gross Matos and Espinoza.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the corner from Bama, Trayvon Diggs.
Brother of Stephon Diggs.
Is he?
Yep.
That's cool.
Maryland.
Shout out.
Wait.
Good Council High School.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Stephon went to Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He stayed home.
Nice.
A sellout. Kyle, your Green Bay Packers, are they finding their Aaron Rodgers heir apparent?
Yeah,
They desperately need to, but I don't see any quarterbacks that I could even like jokingly make them take plausibly. Like there's
if Jordan Love was there, like that's a fair pick.
They're all so bad from here.
Deshaun Kaiser 2.0.
What's that?
Jordan Love, Deshaun Kaiser 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want.
Bite your tongue.
Wow. No love for love. Pun intended.
I would love that, but I think that they are going to go maybe
Brian Edwards. Edwards.
I'd love to do that. They're not that cool.
He'd save Rodgers' career.
Let's go T. Higgins here because they're stupid and wrong, and I think that would be a bad pick.
Yes.
I think Kuiper and McShay both said T. Higgins, so you know it's not going to happen.
Perfect.
Swing for the Super Bowl losing San Francisco 49ers, who I would bet $10 billion they are not picking at 31. No chance they don't trade this pick. But in this exercise they are, so who are you taking?
So, Andy, you had them taking CeeDee Lamb.
That is correct.
So we talked about Joe Staley being old as dirt. So I think they go Josh Jones from Houston.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I'm up now for the Kansas City Chiefs. And there's talk of them trading for Leonard Fournette, so maybe they could draft a running back. However, I'll die before I take a running back in the first round, so I will give them Cesar Ruiz from Michigan, the center.
Nice.
They would love that.
First round completed.
Wow, we did it, guys.
Should we talk about the Steelers pick, even though half the score is not Steelers fans?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I'd like to know what you think the Steelers will do, because Kyle and I were talking today about it, and he's upset because he was upset at other Steelers.
Every stupid ass Steelers fan thinks we're taking a running back. Please, if we take a running back, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
Well, so here's, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, do they? If you look realistically, like the needs and like what I would want them to take is probably like a D lineman or an O lineman. I think Filer and Villanueva are free agents after next year. Obviously, we lost Hargrave. And Bud Dupree's on a 1-year deal, so like maybe you go edge rusher to groom him. But then it's like, you only have maybe 2 years left of Ben. So or do you have this more mindset of go all in and get him more weapons? And if that's the case, then maybe they do take a running back, because I don't think James Conner's that good. I think Samuels is. I think they're all solid, but like,
right.
I don't know. They don't really have that big playmaker in the backfield. I can see him taking maybe a receiver. I don't know. They might get a receiver.
So mad.
But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, I think like if you addressing needs would be like an O lineman, D lineman. I'd be cool with that, or an edge rusher.
Yeah,
there's really a lot of options. I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens. No. And yeah, people were saying Hurts too. Like I don't know, man. Especially after like when they drafted Rudolph.
Back, not in the first round, you're an idiot.
Like when they drafted Rudolph in the third, and like Ben made those comments, like I just don't see how he helps us win now. Like I don't think they want to do that again, because like, maybe they don't care. Maybe they'll tell Ben to fuck off. But
guess what? Ben was right. He didn't help him win at all.
That's a great point.
So I don't hate Jalen Hurts, but I would not draft him there in the second round.
Maybe at a receiver.
Probably. Yeah. Please no. Again, there are so many, so somebody could fall and you could get somebody sick. I understand. Like everybody wants to get Ben a nice, sexy weapon because he's back. That's pretty much all that I'm seeing. Just do the right thing. Get somebody good who just falls, who's a good value, and you can play. That's it. Please.
I'll pick for the Steelers. They're taking Thaddeus Moss. Shout out Randy Moss. That's the pick.
I love it. That's fine.
All right. And sticking with the draft, we are doing 5 players we love and 5 players who are going to bust. And I'm going to start. And what a great segue, because I love Thaddeus Moss strictly because it's Randy Moss's kid. Like that's the only reason why I like him. He's Randy Moss's kid.
I might put him in my bust list. I am.
There's a 1% chance he's Randy Moss. That's good enough.
Chance. He's like 4 inches shorter than Randy. Like if he would at least have the body type of Randy, I'd be like, okay, like maybe he could do this. But he's like 6'2" and he's chubby. Like I just don't see it happening.
I mean, he has one more national championship than his dad. Just saying.
He has. I mean, he balled out in the playoffs. I think he didn't do much during the season.
Nah,
is he like the top-rated tight end? I haven't even looked. I feel like the tight ends are all pretty weak.
I think it's the dude from Notre Dame, Cole.
Like Komet or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Remember that Troutman guy from Dayton?
Chlamydia.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's
Moss is like ranked number 10 on ESPN.
Okay.
Well, what are they now? Next player I love. Is this a homer pick? You better fucking believe it's a homer pick, but I don't care. I think Brian Edwards is going to be good in the NFL. I just do. I do.
Nice.
Don't get me wrong. So let's hear your thoughts. You do too. He's had.
I didn't want to put him on my list though. I didn't want to go full homer.
I don't care. I did. Full homer would be going to Rico Dowdle too. That guy gets hurt every time he touches the ball. Brian Edwards, like he's had shitty quarterbacks his entire college career and like still put up numbers. Had the massive touchdown against Georgia to set the tone, and dude just balled out. I love him. I think he's going to be great.
He's NFL size. He's perfectly fine to step in and be an NFL receiver right now.
To the Ravens.
I love Isaiah Simmons. I don't care that he went to Clemson. Like he's going to be so fucking good. 10-time Pro Bowler. I know Pro Bowler doesn't mean shit, but he's going to be that fucking good. He's
you really went out on a limb there.
Yeah, my last ones aren't really. I have Jerry Jeudy on here too. Like I just think Jerry Judy's going to be unfucking believable.
I'm with
Um,
I tried to avoid like the top 10 guys because.
Same.
That's fine.
I didn't because the last one is a 1A, 1B. I couldn't decide. I think they're both going to be good. Tua and Burrow. I like them both.
Fine.
You picked like 4 of the top 10 picks.
An honorable mention to Jordan Love, depending where he goes.
Yeah.
Should I just do my bust now too?
Sure.
Said Herbert already. That's one. Fuck him. I think T. Higgins is gonna bust. I don't like.
I love it.
I don't know. I don't see it. Was that a Clemson hating pick? Sure. This pick, I actually don't see why he's the top rated at his position. I am so sure DeAndre Swift's going to bust.
Oh.
Yes.
People think this great running back. I think Jonathan Taylor and J.K. Dobbins are like 10 times better than he is.
I think it's just
Yeah, I actually do too.
Like compared to on Twitter, there's been Georgia's running back you, and yeah, they had like Gurley, and the Nick Chubb, and who's the guy in the Pats that I can't think of. I don't think Swift compares to any of those guys. Like maybe Michelle,
I don't
but
know.
I don't know why he's the number 1 rated running back. Like to me, that's crazy.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree that I think Dobbins and Taylor are both better than him.
A lot better. Sweeney picked this guy for his Ravens. I don't think AJ Epineza is going to be that good.
I don't either.
I don't like just the big, like, thick DNs. I need my DNs to be, like, quick, like, fast as fuck. And he just seems like kind of just, like, more of a D-tackle-ish, like a slimmed down one playing DN, in my opinion.
Maybe he's like a 3-4 DN.
I don't like those DNs. I like...
Well, if you run a 3-4, you got to have them.
It's important.
And this one's going to upset the group here. It's going to upset me that I put him on the list. I think Grant Delpit's going to bust.
Yeah, I don't get why everybody just hates
trending
him.
in the wrong direction.
Dude, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I was really high on him. I know he won the Thorpe Award and everything, but apparently he like wasn't as good as like him winning that award this year. Like, people seem to think that was very wrong. And just from like looking at mock drafts from like months ago, he was picked like high in the first round. Now you don't even see him in the first round anymore. So I don't know. Like, maybe he's not. I hope I'm wrong because I like Grant Delpit, but I think he's a bust.
I think he's just like a really inconsistent tackler. That's his big. Like, he's kind of a wild card. He's big and he's like fast, but I don't think he's fundamentally sound. I don't know why he's
goes for the shoulder hit.
Right.
I think he's a value where he might go now, though. I think he's a bust.
True.
If you're taking him at 15. I think if the Ravens get him at 60, then
that's a great. Yeah, it depends on the fit. It's a good point. Yeah, if he's on the Ravens, he's Ed Reed 2.0, which would not be ideal for people that don't like the Ravens, which is many of us here. Swing, let's hear your loves and bust lists.
Okay, so I have Isaiah Simmons as well because I just think he's going to be
he's going to be incredible.
Zach Moss, the running back from Utah.
Ooh.
I
like him too. I forgot about
like Jordan Howard with more juice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like that. That's a great one.
Lynn Bowden from Kentucky. I think he's Steve Smith, and the Ravens need him. Willing to punch someone in the face before the game, like you need to be on the Ravens.
You can play. He can play for you.
And then also I like Bryce Hall, a corner from Virginia.
I like him.
Left last year. He would have been probably late first, but then he ruptures his Achilles or something. Now he's looking like 3rd, 4th round pick. I think you get value there. And then I have Epineza. as my fifth.
Oh,
I
Wow.
just think
wow.
I think he's getting undervalued because the shitty combine 40. Like I bet you if he ran at his pro day, he's not running a 5 again.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
He was another one of those guys that was like consensus, like top 10 all last year, and then the year happened, and he just dropped for no reason.
So bottom 5,
Let's hear the busts.
Henry Ruggs.
Yes.
I think Jeremiah says he could be the first receiver off the board is blasphemous.
Okay.
And for every Tyreek Hill, you get about 15 John Rosses.
Yeah.
So
50.
50 John.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill was literally like the only like speedster that is
like don't have a position, just put me out there, coach.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Sticking a little bit on the same thing as not even being the best receiver on your college team, Justin Jefferson. I don't like wide receivers that run out of the slot in college because you're going against a college team's third best corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and Jamar Chase was clearly their number one. So
By
he's not. Yeah. So then this one's kind of cheating at 3. Any running back projected to go in the first round.
All right. Good call.
Whether it's Swift, whether I've seen Edwards-Helaire, I've seen Jonathan Taylor.
Everybody.
Whoever it is and whoever takes him there is going to regret it in 4 years.
I could maybe see Taylor being the. I'm big on Taylor. Would I take him in the first round? No, I wouldn't. Depends on where he's picked in the first round. Like if the Chiefs took him, I'd be like, you know what, kind of makes sense. But Edwards-Helaire, I don't see it all.
Yeah.
At all. Like I might put him to my bust list. Sorry.
I think he'd be more of like a pass catching third down guy. He's like 5'7".
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone would draft him as their premier back.
I think that's generous, Andy, saying he's 5'7".
Then I got Zach Bond, a white boy from Wisconsin. I was talking to my buddy this weekend, and he's like, he just reminds me of Kamalai Correa, which is just terrible if you're a Ravens fan to hear. And I like watched some film on him, and I was like, holy shit, it might be the same guy.
Special teams linebacker.
Then last I have Herbert and Love. They both will be overdrafted. You have Blaine Gabbert and Josh Freeman wannabe, and I think they're both going to be shit.
Yep.
Wow,
Love that.
All right, Andy, I think you want to say your list now.
I do, and I have a feeling one of my guys on here, Kyle, might have too. We've talked about him before, but I'll start off. I like Antoine Winfield Jr. a lot. We mentioned him earlier. Kyle said it perfectly. Like he's just like very rangy and shows good ball skills and like instincts. He's a little short. I think that's his issue. He's only like 5'10", but whatever. And you can be a safety. You don't have to be that tall in this league these days. Also, I was kind of this guy didn't make our first round. Kenneth Murray from Oklahoma. I'm a big fan of his. Like I feel
I like him.
Yeah, like I don't know. You don't see many. I can't think of like many Oklahoma linebackers off the top of my head that come into the pros, but like he looks legit. He's
I agree.
Quick. He ran like a 4.5. He's nothing, not super fast, but he's fast and he's kind of the leader. Even though nobody in the Big 12 plays defense, I think that's
the Boz. The Boz was a great Oklahoma linebacker.
Yeah, he was.
Andy, do you like better than Queen?
I don't think I do. I don't know. I've gone back and forth on that. Like I probably would draft Queen above him.
I'm pretty big on Queen.
Yeah,
great.
If someone gets Murray in like the late first round, I think that's a pretty good pick. I don't want to take the top guys on this list.
I think Murray's super good too, though. I don't want to disrespect Murray.
Yeah.
It's on the record.
While we're talking about Oklahoma real quick, though, when has Oklahoma sent a good receiver into the NFL recently? Like early for Hollywood Brown. That's the only thing that scares me about CeeDee Lamb. I just picture Malcolm Kelly, who went to the Redskins, and Mark Clayton when I think Oklahoma receiver.
Mark Clayton, that's the one I was. Dude, it's funny you said this earlier today. I was thinking the same thing. Like they don't produce many.
Sterling Shepard's a
Sterling
decent.
Shepard,
He's a
yeah,
decent 2-3. He's not like a number 1.
yeah,
Ryan Royals went in the second round.
yeah.
Dude, Oklahoma does not put out receivers.
I don't know, man.
CeeDee Lamb dropping down the draft boards.
CeeDee Lamb, put him in your bust list.
Love it.
Man, fine by me.
I put Jordan Love on here.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
If there's anybody that knows about a fucking Midwest Conference quarterback, it's a degenerate gambler like myself. I've watched plenty of late night Utah State, Friday night games, Thursday night games. He just looked good to me. I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say. He
had a coaching change this past year.
He did, but they were good, weren't they? Ranked, or was that 2 years ago?
That was 2 years ago. He bought 2 years ago.
They were sick 2 years ago. That's what I was thinking. But he's got a good arm. He can make, I think he doesn't make good decisions sometimes and doesn't protect the football, but you can work with him. He's got good size. We'll see. This guy I would love him in a Steelers uniform, and it's the Colorado receiver, Laviska Shenault, or whatever his name is.
Big fan.
Dude, he's fucking sick. He's like 6'2", 220. He's not super fast. He probably ran like a 4.6, 4.5. But dude, he's a bull. Like there's this one video. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, man. He catches this screen pass and just punishes like 4 defenders and like fights for 5 extra yards, dragging the pile. Like you don't see receivers do that often. So I don't know. And he also they used to put him in the backfield. He would run the ball. He's versatile. I'm interested to see what happens with him in the NFL, but he's like a Hines Ward type.
He's a crazy athlete. He's like kind of stretched out Derrick Henry a little bit.
Yeah.
Except
I think he was hurt too. Wasn't he hurt this year, Kyle?
What's that?
Wasn't he hurt this year?
He was. That's his issue. He was kind of hurt this year. He was kind of hurt last year too.
Yeah. He might end up being like a 3rd, 4th rounder. Someone takes a flyer on, but
I'd love for him on the Steelers. I'd jump for joy if he was our 2nd round pick. I'm such a fan.
The last one I like is Michael Pittman Jr. on USC. He's he's like 6'4", great hands.
Poor man.
I think he's gonna be pretty solid. Poor man too.
Brian Edwards.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's fine. He might be, but so yeah, that's my.
Yeah.
I didn't have 5 people on my bust list because I don't fucking know. Obviously Herbert's on here. We're all pretty big Herbert haters. And I recently added Thaddeus Moss.
Ah!
Just because his dad, he's living off his dad's name. We talked about this on a previous podcast. Anytime there's a legend father, his sons are never as good as him, whether it's sports, fucking acting. It doesn't matter. It never works out. I could put a list together of 40 people that their dad was a legend and they suck.
Well, maybe Thad.
And one of them's that fucking asshole, Jaden Smith, because Will Smith's the fucking man and Jaden Smith's an asshole.
I did not care for Jaden Smith one bit. Fuck that guy. Maybe Thad Moss changes the trend, though. Maybe
I hope I'm wrong.
He's the pioneer. He's the pioneer.
I hope he does.
All right, Kyle, your lists.
Okay. Well, we did Antoine Winfield, so we can skip one there. So first one's actually offensive tackle. It's that Prince Tego Waragu guy from Auburn. Dude,
yeah.
Some guy on Twitter was talking him up big time last couple days. And he's just actually perfect. He's just mountain of a dude. Super quick feet too at the same time. But the big thing with him is he looks just like Jason Peters. That's the comp that everybody's drawn to him, and you could just see him being a franchise left tackle for 15 years. So it's my first guy. Second, I'm sad Kenneth Murray didn't get drafted either, because I think this guy's kind of a clone of him a little bit. It's Jordan Brooks from Texas Tech.
I like him.
How many times the gambling world has brought you over to Texas Tech, Andy? But it's hilarious what they do to this poor guy on defense. Is They'll
It's
literally
him and like me out, like 11 me's out there.
it's literally just like they just stick him in the middle of the field and they spread everybody out and they're just like, all right, good luck just covering the middle 20 yards to in between the hash marks. And he does it like pretty well. So just a guy that flies everywhere. He's got a mean streak. Big fan of his. Third, fourth, maybe. That Damon Arnett guy from Ohio State. He's the second cornerback.
Yeah.
Kuda. They play. He's like the B plus A minus athletic version of Akuda.
Wait, I think he stayed. He stayed.
Oh, did he?
Wade stayed. Arnett in the draft.
Wade stayed. That's right. I knew one of them stayed. My bad.
So, Arnett's the one. I like him because you can just tell. Like everybody like has him drop because of character concerns. Don't worry about that. He's just a mean fucking dude. Like he loves hand fighting with receivers. He always checks everybody. Loves to get in the run game. So much fun. Think he's gonna be like a sneaky like first round, late end of the first round guy. And then last, my sleeper, Javon Hagan from Ohio. Basically the same thing. We do have yeah, we have a couple Ohio people on the podcast all the time. I'll have to ask what they think about him. But he's 6'1", 215, strong safety, but his like first instinct is to like drop back into coverage, so like he can be like an absolute superstar, strong safety with coverage abilities, like upside Jamal Adams. I mean, he's like a 5th, 6th round guy, so I mean, obviously probably not, but I mean, got the frame, play style, everything to be superstar. And then bust, we already went all over all of mine, so that's it. Just Ezra Cleveland. He's gonna get picked in the first round.
Well, who were your boss then?
It was AJ Espenza, just too slow. That Ezra Cleveland guy, skinny little bitch. He's gonna get destroyed. Herbert sucks. AJ Dillon's slow and retarded. That's not
Imagine that was his actual scouting report.
Yeah, I think you copied that from Kuiper. That's what he said.
Yeah, I think so. He has like 8,000 rushing yards in college. Like his career's over already. Like
yeah,
8,000. That's nice.
Yeah, like,
he would give 2,000-yard seasons that
he would carry the ball like 40 times a game. They would just fucking run him into the ground.
If you're running back and say 4 years at college, you're an idiot. Idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't really have too many more busts. I only came up with 4 total busts. I was pretty proud of myself for not being negative.
It's unlike you.
We just picked the first round of the NFL draft. I think we crushed it.
Did you write that down?
I sure fucking did.
Yeah, I want to see which ones we get right.
All right, I can.
It's impossible to predict because there's always trades, but
yeah, I mean that's a thing too. So, and like weird teams make trades too. They come out of nowhere, and apparently Eagles are trying to come up and get CeeDee Lamb. Wouldn't care for that.
Can you combine the like draft classes like last year, this year, and rank the quarterbacks?
This year's class compared to last year's class. So last year's class,
Tua and Burrow, and then 1-2, and then Kyler's 3, who's 4, 5, and 6 between those.
Would it be Dan Jones and Drew Lock?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Or Haskins. Haskins sucks.
Hasn't bad.
Is he better than Herbert though?
I might put Love after Drew Lock.
Wait, I'd probably put Murray over Tua.
I would have Murray too. I would say Murray.
That's fun.
Wow.
You guys wouldn't?
Burrow.
Wait, you have Tua over Kyler?
Kyle does. I don't.
I love Kyler, but I love Tua. Tua's special.
I just watched Kyler play a rookie year, and he looked pretty fucking good.
He did.
Like a team too, like a
double. The injury concerns, he probably is ahead of Tua, especially now. But
like the debate's Kyler and Burrow.
I
have Kyler 1.
Oh,
I saw him play this year.
I think I agree.
I don't hate that.
That's fun.
So we go Kyler, Burrow, Tua, Who's for them?
Dan Jones.
Lock.
Or
I don't-
Lock.
How the
Drew Lock.
mighty have come up.
I'm like sneaky big on Drew Lock, like pretty big. I like Drew Lock a lot.
You're not very sneaky about it.
No, so I'll go Lock 4. Fuck it, I don't care. Lock 4.
I don't hate that.
Dan Jones 5. That's actually not a bad top 5.
Minshew
That's like-
6.
6 is the tough part.
No,
I'd
6
probably go Jordan Love over.
It's
I'd go
Minshew.
Love.
over Minshew, dude.
Oh, Minshew.
Wow, I forgot about Minshew entirely. He's not even on this list.
Don't sleep on Minshew, you haters.
Yeah.
Slept on Minshew.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'd love Minshew.
I go Jordan Love 7.
I'd put Love over Herbert and Haskins.
I think Haskins is coming in the rear. I think Haskins might stink.
Coming in the rear because his name's Askins.
Especially because on the shitty ass Redskins too. Like they'll never be good.
Yeah.
So if
it's
he's
not there.
Patriots, like yeah, maybe he'd have a chance. Wait a second. Wait a
What
second.
about?
There is someone I am going to slide in front of Drew Lock,
What?
and his name's Jarrett Stidham. I'm a believer, baby.
Oh.
This guy.
I'm a believer.
Connor, you know that's my boy, but I don't know. I don't know if he has it. In the front.
He won me a lot of money that fateful day. When
He was awesome in college. That was my fucking. He was a foxhole guy.
I-
He like
he won a late bowl game too by just absolutely shitting on whoever he played. It was like 42.
Yeah, it was
Purdue.
It was
They
Purdue. I fucking
stomped.
hate Purdue that year too.
That was the year. That was the year Bama lost to Auburn.
No,
Wasn't
they got blown out by Clemson in the title game. They lost to Auburn this past season. They lost to Auburn the year they won the championship game. Beat them the year they lost to Clemson. Lost them this past year.
I don't remember.
We're coming up on the hour 15 mark. Seems like a good time to end. Sween, you're a recurring guest now. We'll bring you on for a draft episode of some sorts with our old pal, the Gillemeister. That's Colin for all you people back home, a.k.a. Ted Mosby. Does anyone have any takes before we leave? Sween, do you have any takes on anything? Can be sports, food, fashion, not politics. We don't talk politics.
I don't know anything about it anyway.
Same. That's why we brought you on. Like, what's a food take you have that could like rattle some cages?
I don't have anything too crazy now, but I just started eating mushrooms. I didn't think I liked mushrooms, but they've kind of grown on me in the past quarantine year.
Nice.
They're good.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, you're right. It's definitely not gonna like shake anyone, but it's a fair opinion. I like it. Like our one friend came on our one episode and said he thinks ice cream sucks and was dead serious about it. Yeah,
That's one
like
of the worst.
earth-shattering take.
It cracks me up to this day.
He still believes it. Like he didn't do it for the cameras.
I wish I hated ice cream. I think that's the coolest take I've ever heard.
It was an earth-shattering take.
You know what? I got to take.
Oh boy, let's hear it.
Daniel Day-Lewis is regarded as one of the greatest actors. A very good actor. He's a couple of Oscars. But his movies fucking suck. I'm sick of it. I just watched There Will Be Blood. Because, like, I'm trying to make this list of quarantine movies. And, like, that's one that people always talk about. Like, oh, man, one of the best movies. Like, he's so good in it. You got to watch it. I watched it, dude. It was
Did nothing for you.
2.5 hours of nothing. I was like, all right, good. Congrats, man. Like, you can have your Oscar, but your movies fucking suck.
Except Gangs of New York. That movie's awesome.
Oh, that is a good movie, but yeah, okay.
But that's the only one. Like Lincoln.
I mean, like Lincoln.
I'll
Lincoln
never
makes
watch Lincoln
Life
ever.
better.
He's just chasing Oscar. He's chasing the awards. Like, okay, you're getting your individual, but this is a team sport. Make a good fucking movie.
He locks himself away and doesn't talk to people for 3 years at a time. just practicing being another human. And
now, are we sure he's a good actor? I feel like he just gets all the dick sucking because he's, I forget what the term is, but he just stays method actor. He stays in character the entire time.
If anything, that'd be fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Like you're probably like going to lunch with him, like taking a break, and he's
he's Abe Lincoln.
7 years ago. It's like, dude, like just pass me the fucking hot sauce.
I said, "How was your day?" What are you gonna say,
yeah.
Sweet?
I think Edward Norton's the same way. Like,
I don't hate that take either.
I don't agree with that one, Swain.
Oh, let's see this. I like
I just watched. Have you ever seen the movie Rounders with him and Matt Damon?
So good.
What's that, Sweeney?
Said in American History X, he was very good, but also he's pretty shitty as the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, he's terrible as the Hulk. That's
Yep.
People just. We've decided to forget that one from movie history,
Pretty
but like.
much.
He's got, American History X, Fight Club, and I just watched Rounders, and that movie's awesome. He's good in that. But,
guess who didn't forget about him being Incredible Hulk? Sweeney. He didn't forget. He remembered. Yeah. So I brought it up.
That wasn't even the first one. That was a sequel because the first one was Eric Bana. You remember that?
Yeah.
And then
they made like
Mark Ruffalo.
This.
Still
They made a and it's Ruffalo now. They just like slid this sequel in with Edward Norton, thought people wouldn't notice, and it was terrible.
I did it.
Sweet.
And they just jumped right to Mark Ruffalo like it was nothing. They can never get the Hulk right. And like I like Ruffalo, but I don't know. I feel like the Hulk, because he's always in like the big green guy. That's where you remember him. Like if they got The Rock as the Hulk, now that's something. No, that's fucking something. Guess what? Marvel, I could save you millions on CGI. Just paint the Rock green. There you have it. It's passable. Or Lucio. Boys, this was fun. Sween, we'll see you again soon. We'll have you back on. Kyle, I'll see you whenever our next show is. Andy, I'll see you.
I'll see you Wednesday, right?
Yep. Later, fellas.
Thanks for having me. See you, Sweeney.
Yeah.